Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another episode of Legacy Farmer, the podcast. This is your host, JC Young, and today's topic and discussion is this: without understanding, information is worthless. So inside of Legacy Farmer, guys, the group has really grown and our program has changed and everything like that since we got started back at the beginning of 2019. And we've added several key pieces of things here as I've met with hundreds of family farms across the country and just learned different problems and challenges that people are dealing with. And a common theme that just keeps coming up with people is inside of your operation, there's a ton of different things that you are dealing with, right? So whether that's finances or insurance or agronomy or grain marketing or just a number of different things, mechanic work and all this stuff and your equipment maintenance, everything, right? There's a lot of different things here. And there's one massive disconnect I am finding is it's a simple fact that everybody in this country, they're looking for information, right? There's a lot of companies in this country that sell information, right? But the problem is, though, is information without understanding is pointless. Okay, so for example, here we have our software that we've put hundreds of thousands of dollars into the past few years and built it out. Members love it. It's great. It helps them simplify their finances and know exactly where they're at, what their position is with the bank. I'm essentially doing the bank's job for the bank and making it to where you as the customer already know what the bank's going to say before you ever even have to walk in there and ask for a loan or anything like that. You already know how the game is played, right? And it's proving to put all of our customers up on a high level here and give them absolute, authority over the bank or power over the bank, because the bank knows that our customers have their shit together, right? And they know what their numbers are. Anyways, here's the problem though, is that if I just provide this tool, let's say I just provided the software and I sold that and I gave customers access to that, but I did not teach them how to use the software. And better than that, I didn't help them understand why they're using the software and different scenarios that come up and just show them how to really use it. This is what I'm talking about. There are all these softwares out there, and some of you have invested in different softwares, use different things, totally get that. But the thing is most farmers and ranchers, they'll use the software for a little bit and then they quit using it. And it's mostly because the company that is presenting the software, selling the software, their education is shit, right? They don't teach anybody anything, and they don't give them different scenarios to help the person understand why they're doing what they're doing. This is the massive disconnect that we continue to see in the industry. And it's not just in finances here. I notice it big time, obviously, in the bank since I worked in the bank for a while, but I notice it even with agronomy. I notice it even with grain marketing. I notice it especially with crop insurance, right? So the reason I mentioned those three is because I have went through and vetted and brought in 3 people into our community that are running training calls on that stuff that are not only, offering a product or a service, but they want to make sure the customers understand why, understand how it fits into their operation, when to use it, where it makes sense, and how all these things are connected together. Because when you're running a farm operation, think about all the freaking different things that go into it. It's massive. It is massive. On the business side of things, it's massive. That doesn't even take into account the agronomy side of things. Oh my goodness, how much you guys deal with on that side of thing. Those side of things as well, with fertilizer, chemical pricing, planting, just all the different things that go into it, right? But the thing is, though, is most people, again, they have access to the information. Most people don't have access to the understanding, right? And the real teaching and education and making sure that people understand it. That's where true knowledge comes into play, right? I read a quote a while back, said education is cheap, knowledge is expensive, because knowledge involves understanding. And so if you're going to hire a mentor or somebody like that to come in and train you and help you with your business, you are hiring them to acquire their knowledge, which you're really hiring them to acquire the understanding, right? They're spending time with you. They're not just giving you a book and saying, hey, here's some education for you. Go ahead and utilize this and try to make things work that way, right? They're not just leaving you out to dry like that. They're not going to do that to you, but that's what you get when you pay for education. That's why most of us learn nothing in school, because there's no understanding, there's no experience, there's no real world applications of what they're teaching in school. Everything you learn in the classroom is theoretical. Right? Real life is where you get the actual experience here coming into play and where you actually develop knowledge in this world. So I want to point that out to you, because you guys, like what we've noticed inside of Legacy Farmer is some of these guys, they're taking, information back from, like, if we do a crop insurance training, for example, and the person that we have in our group that's doing crop insurance training has been in the crop insurance industry for 15 years, knows every product through and through, but talks about strategy, right? And how we can combine multiple products and stuff like that. Most of our customers have never thought about crop insurance that way. They walk into their agent's office and their agent slides across the same freaking thing they've done the past 5 years, not updating them on anything, not talking about any new solutions or strategies. Hey, this product came out. I think if we pair it with your MPCI policy, whatever, that it'll actually produce a better bang for your buck. They're just having you sign the paper and then see you next year. That's information. They're providing you with a little bit of information. More, they're just selling you a product, but without the understanding, you don't know why you're buying it. That is huge, guys. That is big here. And that is why there's poor decisions made across this country in every single operation because a lack of understanding, right? We need the knowledge here, which is why the people that I brought into like Legacy Farmer and all of our discussions in Legacy Farmer, we are using real world scenarios. I am meeting with customers and making sure they understand what the bank is looking at, how the bank thinks. I'm also positioning them with the right, just overall financial information and putting their numbers in the right way so they can understand from that perspective as well. And it helps them understand why they can make this decision or that decision inside of their operation. Most mistakes that are happening inside of this industry is because a lack of knowledge or understanding as to why they're doing what they're doing. So I just want to share that with you because a lot of you right now, you're stuck in this situation where you're like, yeah, Jace, I got a crop insurance agent. I have a banker. Well, the question is, are they really providing you the value and teaching you why you're doing what you're doing or why they're structuring your loans a certain way or why they're asking these questions, stuff like that. And the thing that we've learned here is even from a banking perspective, I tell our members exactly what they need to be asking their banker. And part of that is one, to really see if their banker knows what this person says they know, right? Because a lot of bankers, if you become a banker, all of a sudden people are like, we're trained inside this industry to think that the banker knows something, right? He knows more than me. He's got the title of assistant vice president. He works at a bank, blah, blah, blah. That's the first thing from the truth. So I will tell our members to ask certain questions to even challenge whether or not their banker is a trustworthy source of information. And not to my surprise, the bankers have gotten exposed because they couldn't answer simple questions that they should know being in that position, which then what does that tell the customer? Maybe I shouldn't be asking you for certain advice on things. I need to go elsewhere to find my information, which they're coming to Legacy Farmer for that. Same thing for crop insurance, same thing for grain marketers, same thing for your agronomist that you're working with as well, right? So we're positioning and arming our customers with the right knowledge and questions to ask their current advisors to see if they should really be taking advice from them, right? And for most of them, about 90% of the time, it turns out that their advisor, whether that's their banker, crop insurance agent, or whoever, gets exposed. They can't answer the questions because they don't know. Well, I'm sorry, but in today's world, with how expensive everything is, the amount of risk that our customers are taking inside this industry, whoever I am paying, they better have an understanding as to why I'm doing what I'm doing. They better be able to explain things in a detailed level to help me understand why we're buying this product or why we're making this decision. And if they can't, then you need to find a different advisor. You need to surround yourself with the right people who have a true understanding of how this entire model and how all these pieces connect together inside of your life, your family, and your operation. And if you don't, you're going to end up in this constant circle and struggle year after year after year after year, right? And that's where a lot of people are at. So my friends, that's the message I wanted to share today. I hope it opened up some things for you. I hope you go challenge some of your advisors right now, and I hope you start finding the knowledge you need so you truly understand why you're doing what you're doing inside of your operation. So my friends, that concludes today's episode. We will catch you on the next one. What's up, everyone? My name is Jace Young. I'm the founder of a company called Legacy Farmer, and inside of that company, what we do is we've helped over 300 family farms simplify and streamline the entire financial side of their operation and help them learn their numbers at a deep, deep level so that they can implement the systems and the processes to make sure that their operation lives on for generations into the future.